Lyle Ray Smith was the principal at Grafton Elementary School when my family moved to Grafton Village, a small suburban community outside of Fredericksburg. I can't recall the first time I met Mr. Smith because I was just a newborn cradled in my mother's arms when she would visit, as my oldest brother was a first grader. Mr. Smith noted that I looked like a tiny goober peanut, and every time that I visited in my toddler years, he would always greet me with, "Where's my goober peanut?" And then it was my turn in kindergarten, and Mr. Smith would stand in the bus lane greeting everyone. But when I stepped off of bus 47, it was, "Good morning, goober." And so it went, every morning as I arrived to school and every afternoon as I left. And you would have thought that my peers would have caught on and I would have lived out my primary school existence as goober. But I think there was an unspoken understanding that this was reserved for Mr. Smith and Mr. Smith alone. Although I recall one morning in Mrs. Johnson's fourth grade class, soon after settling into my seat, I hear from the hallway, "Goober, get out here!" And then I see Mr. Smith and Michael White in the hallway. You see, Michael and I had been given the honor of raising the U.S. and Virginia flags each morning and taking them down each afternoon. And that morning, Mr. Smith whisked us both to the flagpole out front of the school. And as we stood at the base of the pole and looked up, Michael says, "Oh, would you look at that? The flag's upside down." Well, Mr. Smith, red-faced and through gritted teeth, proceeds to tell us that hanging the flag upside down signals a sign of deep distress, which, to be fair, was somewhat appropriate at that moment. But following elementary school, I would only see Mr. Smith occasionally in the community, maybe once a year. But without fail, I was greeted with, "Hello, goober, how are things?" And at least every other time reminded of the time that I hung the flag upside down. Well, fast forward to my senior year of high school. It's just a few days before graduation, and in the early evening, there's a knock at the front door. I answer it to find Mr. Smith standing there in front of me. And after a "Good evening, goober," he hands me a gift. And then he continues, "Daniel." That's right. I actually didn't know that he knew my name. "Daniel, you may not be aware of this, but I've been paying attention to you all these years. I want you to know that I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of the man that you have become. I look forward to seeing the wonderful things that you will do with your life." And I thanked him, and he left. Now, for all I know, Mr. Smith may have gone door to door giving out gifts to every Grafton Elementary class of 85 student who is now graduating from high school, but I sincerely doubt it. And I know for certain I was the only goober getting a visit that evening. You know, we often look at the big moments in our lives as the most formative. The births, the deaths, the major life transitions, new jobs, big moves. But never discount those small gestures, those acts of kindness, even momentary relationships that might have shaped your life. I can say without a doubt that there is a thread in the fabric of my life with Lyle Ray Smith's name on it. For that, I thank God. And likewise, may we never overlook an opportunity to offer care for and a blessing to any young person in our midst. Amen.